Yes, hi hello students. In this video, we are going to be learn the concept of distance and displacement. See, to understand the concept of distance and displacement, now I am going to be considering a person who is traveling from point A to point B, which I mentioned in the green color of path. So let us see, this is the path in which the person is traveling from point A to point B. Now, coming to the distance, coming to the distance, the actual length covered by the person. See, look at here. What is actual length? He will move along the red color dots. Right? This is the actual length covered by the person. So he should move along the path of the green color. Now, that length we will consider as a distance. Coming to the displacement, the shortest distance from starting point to ending point, which I am representing with the black color now, this is displacement. And in order to find out the direction at a particular point of the journey, we need to draw the tangent. So this is the tangent at point C, let us say. This is point D, this will be the tangent at here. At point E, the tangent will be in this direction. At point F, it will be the tangent. So what is the tangency for suppose I tied a stone with rope. Now I am rotating that stone in the circular manner. See, for suppose after reaching the point X, unfortunately the thread was broken. Now after reaching the point X, the stone, see, let us see, this will be rotating in this direction. After reaching the point X from point A, the stone will move in this direction. So it will be moved in the tangential path at that point. It will be moved in the tangential path at that point X. So in order to find out the tangent, see, since the body is moving in the circular direction from point X to center, you need to draw the radius. To the center, you need to draw a perpendicular line. Clear? To that radius, we need to draw the perpendicular line. Now it will be the tangent at that point. In the similar way, the person is moving in the curvilinear motion. So here you will get some circle. Now you need to draw the tangent, then you will get the direction of the direction of the journey at that point. So in the at the every point you will get the direction like that only. Clear? I hope you understood. So if you find out the direction of the person from point to point, it will be the variable. It is not a constant direction. It is a variable direction. But we can measure the distance from point A to point B by using the thread or any other instruments. Clear? So the distance will not have a particular direction, but it will have the magnitude. Magnitude is nothing but number. We can measure the value. So the quantity which have only magnitude but not direction is called scalar. So that's why we are considering distance as a scalar. Coming to the displacement, see, the displacement will have a unique direction and even you can measure from point A to point B. So direction is a variable in case of a distance, but in case of a shortest path from point A to point B, nothing but displacement. In case of displacement, it will have the unique direction. Direction is unique, and even we can measure magnitude also. So that's why we are considering displacement as a vector quantity. I hope you all of you understood why we are considering distance and displacements are vector and scalar respectively. Now look at here. Now point 1, actual length covered by an object is called distance. Coming to the displacement, the shortest distance between starting point and an ending point of the journey is called displacement. Distance have only magnitude and but not direction, so that's why we consider distance as a scalar quantity. Coming to the displacement will have both magnitude as well as a direction, that's why it will be the vector quantity. Now the distance can be only have positive value. Now I will explain this concept. Look at here. Let us see, one of the person is traveling from A to B, again B to C, again C to D, again D to E. Like this, he moved. Now the path of the journey which he had covered will be in this direction. So in this direction, whatever the length you are considering, that will be positive you should take, and opposite to that direction it will be the negative. Now let us see, the person is moved towards the point X and he halted. Now the displacement AX will be in the same direction of the person in which he is moving, so it will be positive. But coming to the displacement, if he covered up to the point E, AE will be the opposite direction. So at this situation, the displacement of the person is negative. But if the person is moved at any point A to X or A to C or A to D or A to E, whatever he might be covered, the distance always it will be positive. I hope you all of you understood. The distance you will get as a positive value only always. But displacement is depends upon the direction of the journey in which he had started. Clear? And the next point, coming to the formula, distance is nothing but speed into time and displacement is velocity into time. This is the basic mathematical formula, so that's why I'm not explaining. Distance depends upon the path. See, for suppose the person is moved in this direction, so it is depends upon the path. See, for suppose if you move like this, so the distance is less in the second scenario, but in the first scenario the distance is more. And coming to the displacement, displacement doesn't depends upon the path, just it will be depends upon the starting point and ending point. Look at it, starting and ending are nothing but initial and final point. See, for suppose the person is moved like this, see, in this direction, like this he moved from point A to point B. Now in the second scenario, he is moving in this path A to B. In the both the situations, in the both the situation, the displacement will be a constant value, it will be same, A to B. Clear? So it will be depends upon not the path, it will be depends upon the initial point and the final point positions. I hope you all of you understood this point. And coming to the next point, units. Since distance and displacement both are lengths only, so these two are length will have same unit. So CGS system of unit is centimeters, MKS or SI system of unit will be meter, and others we will use kilometers. Many are there. Even light year also there. What is light year? Light travel by the light, distance traveled by the light in 1 year is called light year. So in coming to the displacement also, you will have same unit, CGS and MKS other also. And displacement never be equal to distance never be equal to 0, but displacement will be equal to 0. Look at here, see, one of the person is moving like this in this manner. Wherever he started, he reached the same point after traveling the journey. So at this situation, displacement will be equal to 0, but distance will not be equal to 0. I hope you all of you understood. So when will be the displacement will is equal to 0? Whenever he reaches the same position after traveling certain distance, the displacement will become 0. Now, measurement of distance. Actually, distance is measured by the instrument is called odometer. Odometer is a device which is used to measure the distance from one place to another place. So in our vehicles also the odometer is fixed. Clear? This is the odometer, and this is also odometer which is used to find out the mileage of the vehicle. But in order to find out the distance travel, we need to remember initial reading as well as final reading. Let us see, the initial reading is 25 kilometers of my odometer, and after traveling the distance, my odometer reading is 28 kilometers. Now what is my distance? The distance will be final reading minus initial reading. Final reading is 28 and the initial reading is 25. So my distance covered by me will be is 3 kilometer, and this is the picture of the odometer. Clear? Actually, this odometer is used to find out the distance on the roads. This is the device which we will use to find out the distance from one place to on another place on the roads. And the some important points between the distance and displacement. Distance is always or equal to displacement. Distance is always greater than or equal to displacement. See, for suppose the person is moving from point A to point B in the straight direction. Nothing but it will be in the rectilinear motion. In rectilinear motion, displacement will be is equal to distance. And see, for suppose the person is moved from A to B in the second situation. After that, he reached point C. Now, at this situation, he moved A to B, B to C. So, in this direction, he moved nothing but B to E. Let us take the point E. Again, E to F, then after F to C. So, now what will be the displacement? The displacement will be AC. But the distance is much more greater than the displacement is very less, and the distance is much more greater than the displacement. And distance is equal to displacement, which when the body is in the rectilinear motion, when displacement is equal to 0, then the body will be reaches the same point after traveling the some distance. Now, the question is, distance covered by an object in a particular direction is called. Look at here. In a particular direction, if the distance is covered, means the distance will consisting of direction also. I hope you all of you understood. In the simple manner, the distance covered by the object in the particular manner. See, for suppose particular direction. See, for suppose this is point A and this is point B. In the particular direction, it will be the distance or not, A to B. It is a particular distance. So it will be the shortest distance. So what is the answer? Displacement. Clear? So I will try to tell the formula one equation also. Displacement is equal to distance with direction. You all of you understood what is the main differences between distance and displacement. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and share to your friends. Thank you very much.